Well, here it is. I'm so excited. I'm driving the 2020 Toyota Camry. It's pretty neat. It's the new cars that are coming with self-driving. It pretty much it has sensors on the side that helps indicates to keep the car straight. Literally, the car will drive itself. After you let the steering wheel go, like here you can see we're making a turn and the car is actually driving completely itself. It judges the vehicles that are in front of us, so it will slow down. So it will give us the alarm buzzing, telling us, see, like right there, it pretty much went into a different lane because it was saying, hey, go ahead and, you got to keep your hand on the steering wheel. The car will drive itself, but it doesn't want to be liable for, say, the driver passing out, taking a nap. How nice wouldn't that be, going on a long road trip and just turning on, like pushing buttons and say, take me to, my vacation home for the weekend, and just laying back. But if you see, the road is turning and the car makes the adjustments. It is so amazing. I love it. I travel about 400 miles to visit my family. How neat would it be, like at 9-10 o'clock, getting in my car, going to sleep, and the car driving for me, driving those 6 hours as I sleep, and be able to wake up and I'm there at work. I'm like, oh man, I'm back in my city that I work in. So let's do this. This big turn. Oh, it's a big turn. It is scary, but it is really neat how the car literally just adjusts and makes the turns. Like, this is like the first stages of self-driving cars. So again, anytime the car says, hey, you better hold that steering wheel, you better, for the reason, after a while, it does just get out of the automatic car driving mode. So right there, it's actually, the car is getting too close to the turns. So it does adjust. One thing, yesterday we were driving it and it was windy. So the car literally was bouncing lane to lane because the wind would come and push us to one side, and then it would adjust, and it just kept going back and forth. But I don't know. This is a rental car, but I love it. Like you see, here it is. The car is turning on itself. A little scary because I'm like, what if it doesn't make the turn? What if I plow into a wall and here I am recording it? But there would be evidence that I would hide, and it never happened. I would just say somebody ran me off the road. But hasn't happened yet. I'm just making this video of this new technology. Back then cars were really hard to drive. You had manual cars. I love manual cars. They don't make it no more. People are not learning how to drive manual cars. People are not watching their blind sides, using turn signals. The car drives for itself. Right now on this car, it just pretty much goes straight. It won't move over lane to lane. If something happens in front of me, as you see, you could actually adjust how delicate it will be if you want to get kind of close to a car, or if you want to get further away from a car. And that's actually right here in this selection right here. So like right there is any car that is about less than a football yard away, or a football field away, 100 yards, it will start slowing down. That's half the distance. And here, what I saw, it's about 2 car lengths away. So that's actually pretty close. But here we go. I love this part. Making a turn by itself. Look at that, no hands, and you can check my feet, my knees are not holding the steering wheel or anything like that, and if they were, that would be pretty talented. But here, driving against construction walls, I don't want to bounce off a wall, so I'll hold the steering wheel. But it is awesome. Honestly, I'm looking into investing and buying a new car. I really want to look into cars that have this feature. Really good. If you're tired, you're driving, start falling asleep, the car would help you, just making sure you stay in your lane. If you're distracted, recording a YouTube video or recording any kind of video or texting driving, you know, the cars are designed for our safety because there's just so many accidents that happen, that it is something that would be neat, that the car would actually be another set of eyes, another set of hands helping us, you know, pushing on the brake. The car literally sees that an accident's gonna happen and it decides, hey, I need to stop. So one thing I'll show you, I'm gonna go ahead and turn to the right without using my turn signal and watch the car what it does. It beeps and it pulls me back into my lane, but then that's the one thing, it needs a little adjustment. I drove a different car, 2020 Kia Optima. It wasn't as aggressive. It was a lot smoother to get in and get out of the lanes or get back in your lane. Where this car, I've seen that it, like, if you hit, say, to the left, and you'll touch the left lane, it decides to like push you really aggressively back to the right, and all it does, it bounces from one lane to another. Here we go, here comes a turn. Oh, this is like a roller coaster. I'm like, please go follow the lanes. And you can see the car's making the adjustments. I'm holding the wheel so that way the sensor like resets and allows saying, hey, I am here, I haven't fell asleep, I haven't blacked out. I wish that maybe that if something like, say, what if you would pass out, and if you had a health condition that you blacked out as you're driving, I wish that it would, like, the car sensors could actually detect and pull you off to the side of the road in a safely manner, instead of like disengaging the sensors and saying, hey, well, there's no driver at the wheel, I'm just gonna turn off, and now there's nobody at the wheel. So again, you know, older models don't have anything like this, but that would actually be pretty neat, that if something happens, that the car maybe detects. And that might be in the future. Eventually the car might actually be connected to our vitals and be able to see if we are driving okay, if, you know, if we're driving intoxicated, or if our health is at risk or danger. It should in the future go ahead and tell us or tell the car, like, hey, this person is at danger, you know, I'm gonna take them to the hospital. Say, what if something happens to you, and it would be really neat, amazing to tell the car, something has happened to me, drive me to the hospital, and the car driving. But you know, that's the future. It's gonna happen really soon, and I'm so excited. Like, no hands. You know, this is like back when you were a kid and you're riding a bicycle and you would pedal and scream at your mom, look, mom, no hands. I'm like, look, mom, no hands. My mom's like watching this video, saying like, are you crazy? How are you letting that car drive by itself? Pretty much the same thing she was telling me whenever I was a kid riding that bicycle. Look, mom, no hands. Well, mom, oh, that's scary, because still, the car drives itself. It just, we're not used to it. I'm not used to it. It's a little intimidating, but it is awesome. I love it. It's, you know, I do want to buy a car like this. These cars, I think this is a basic model, so I think it's in the around the mid 20s, 20,000 for it. But you could be looking into a $200-300, maybe $400 payment a month. So for this feature, if you're traveling a lot, I think it's really worth it. I travel on the weekends to come and see my family, and I travel about 400 miles. So I think in the long run, I think for my safety and for being economy, it gets about 40 miles to the gallon, so I think it would be a good investment. So we'll see. I'm gonna see which other cars have these kind of I'm not even sure what it's called, if it's like a self-driving car or assisted driving car, or here when you don't know how to drive good, I'm gonna help you assisting car. So I'm not sure what name they use it. I'm pretty sure different companies have different names, but I'm just so excited. This is really cool. Again, driving next to walls, a little intimidating, because I'm like, what if the car pulls, like, oh, thinks that wall is a new lane, or somebody messed up on the paint, and because it literally follows the side of the yellow line, white line. But that's it. I'm gonna drive right now. I'm driving in El Paso, Texas. You see, it's not as busy, plenty of vehicles, and the car drives amazing, very nice, very smooth. I would recommend this car, and I did drive the Kia Optima. I would recommend that one too. So I think the Kia Optima was a lot smoother on the help assisting. But one of the things I didn't like of the Kia was if I got a little close to the lane, it wouldn't even try to adjust it. Where this one, I saw that I actually go past the marks on the road, and it actually, even after I have gone 2-3 feet past my lane without turning my turn signals, without pushing in, it actually pushes me back. But let's go ahead and we're gonna switch over again to our right side without no turn signal, and it just pretty much just beeped, and here it's gonna center me back in the middle. One more test before we end this video. It's pretty much, I am actually going to turn my turn signal. So what that does, it tells the car he is going to turn. It won't beep, it won't do anything. It actually just goes in smooth. I don't feel no assistant driving or anything. So here you would actually have to center yourself, because the car is not going to assist you. It only assists whenever when you're on cruise control. That's pretty much the only time. If you don't have it on cruise control, you're actually accelerating and braking, the car will not assist. I don't know if other models might help you. It would actually kind of be neat, but on this one, it's all done on cruise control. So yeah, it's but all right, well, I just wanted to give you a quick glimpse of this car. I'm gonna get my other hand on the steering wheel just to make sure everything goes good, but it is an awesome car. So if you're thinking of buying a car, I would highly recommend a car with assistant driving, for the reason of just for the bonus of having that safety driving features and safety braking. Here's a perfect opportunity. I'm gonna go ahead and get behind the van. If you can see, we're slowing down. The car actually has slowed itself down. So if you got to see that, it went from 70 to 59 miles per hour. So that's what they're talking about. And I actually have this car set at we're about 2.5 car lengths. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass them. I turn my turn signal, and the car actually speeds up. It will speed up back to its cruise control of 70 miles per hour. So that, like, just that alone, if you weren't putting attention and you get in a lane and somebody brakes, the car will stop. I did a test like that where a semi was kind of going really slow. I was going speed limit here in Texas is 80 miles per hour on the highway, and the semi was broken down. I gave myself about a football length that I knew the car would actually stop, and whenever I turned behind him, the car went from 80 to 40 miles per hour. It did kind of like a hard braking. No wheels were locked up. I just felt the momentum of the car really coming half of the speed to 40 miles per hour. And I was like, wow, the car detected the semi that was in front of us and kept a safe distance away from him, brought us down to 40. And then from there, I turned my turn signal. The moment I turned my turn signal, it started accelerating and brought me up to the speed of 80 miles per hour, and I was able to drive comfortable back on the highway speed. But all right, well, this is Sergio Pedregon doing a test on these self-assisting driving, self-driving cars. I hope you enjoyed this video and the information I have gave you. Please give me a like. Let me know that you're liking these videos that I'm creating, and then drop a comment. Let me know what you think of these cars. You think one day we might not even have steering wheels in the car. We're literally just gonna be a passenger of our own car. So who knows? I think that's gonna happen really soon. I know some cities are already doing the Uber drive, where they don't have an actual driver. It's all controlled by computers, companies. So I would love to one day rent, get an Uber ride by one of these driverless vehicles. So we'll see what happens. But once again, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video and you have a good day and a good night. Thank you. Bye bye.